Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Yellow Brick Road Reselling. My name is Tamara Agostino, and I am a full-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, and Amazon. And today we're actually going to talk about Amazon. We are going to prep a shipment for Amazon FBA. The last couple of days I did some sourcing, and I thought I would go ahead and show you how I'm doing it. My sister is, she just started with Amazon FBA, and she's using Inventory Lab as the recommendation by me, which I just realized I should have had her sign up with my link down below in my description. Shoot on me for forgetting that. So if you end up deciding you want to do Inventory Lab, I do have a referral link. I'd appreciate if you used it. All right, so Amazon FBA. So I use a website called Inventory Lab to prep and get ready to ship my stuff to Amazon. I love Inventory Lab. I use it for my accounting, but it's such, and I find it just a huge, huge time saver when you're getting ready to ship your shipments to Amazon. So one thing I like about it is, and I got an email from Amazon saying something about a label printer. So right now you can print your 4x6 labels to ship your packages to Amazon, but you haven't been able to print individual labels that go on your product. So for instance, I'll grab one because I've actually already started prepping and I thought, oh, I should videotape this. So there's labels you put on your product when you're shipping them in. So I got this product right here that I'm shipping in. So there's labels you put on your product. So Amazon knows this product belongs to you, the seller on Amazon. So when you're doing it through Amazon, you used to have to print on address label sheet, like Avery address labels, which they call them 30 ups because there's 30 per sheet. And you'd have to use like your laser printer, which I have right here next to me. And but the problem is that you would have to enter all your stuff in, print your labels, and then find like for instance, this says, and I don't know if anybody knows how I can make it so it doesn't truncate the whole thing. Like I've seen people where it goes and then it like wraps. Like for instance, I have this bottle of Goo Gone I bought on Amazon, and see how it like wraps around. Mine don't wrap, and I'm not really sure how to do that. Somebody said this just what their printer printed, so I don't know. It might be something in Dymo I need to do. So what was I saying? Oh, so yeah. So let's say so my labels print like that. So you can't really fully see what it says. It says multi-symptom rel, right? Must be for relief or something. So I would print this off on a 30 sheet address label piece, and then I would have to find the product to match it. Well, there was times I would be selling different varieties of stuff, and I didn't know which one was which, so I'd have to look it back up on Amazon to see, oh yeah, it's the blue one, because my label wasn't saying blue. So I'd have to look at the number right there. See that X002JX? I'd have to look at that number and match it. It was so time consuming. So now I use Inventory Lab, and it allows me to enter the product into my shipment, and then it prints out a label like that on I have a Dymo 450 right here, and it prints that. So what I want to do is I want to go and share my Inventory Lab screen. So let me share my screen with you guys. And here we go, Inventory Lab. All right, so I already have a shipment going right here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you how you create a batch. So when you're in here, you click on New Batch. So when you have you're already logged in over here, it says Tamara Agostino. You've already connected it to match up with your Seller Central account. There's some steps that you have to go ahead and do that. And Inventory Lab is really easy at letting you know how to do that. So then you click on New Batch, and you can name your batch. So there was a time last year I was sending in like a whole case of like sleeping bags, and I would put on here like sleeping bags and then today's date. I just used the default But you can name it. You can include your buy list. So there is on the app. Actually, I'll show you later because right now you're on the big screen, so you'd only see me really tiny. But with Inventory Lab, there is an app called hold on. I always get it confused as Scoutify 2, which I don't know what the 2 stands for, but there's something called Scoutify 2. And on that, when you scan a product in the store, it gives you a nice little screen and tells you how much things are selling for on Amazon. You can put in your buy cost and it will tell you all this information. Well, you have the ability at that time when you're standing in Walmart to add that to a buy list, because you're putting 6 of them in your cart. You can say, I just bought 6 of them. So you can do that. And then when you get home, instead of doing what I'm going to show you, you can actually upload that buy list, which I've heard is really, really helpful. I need to learn how to do that to save time. But people will do that and then they'll update it and it will populate everything for you, which how wonderful is that? All right. So here's my address and you can ship from another address. So if you're out doing resource RA, then right here you can say ship from another address. And what are you doing? In this case, I'm doing individual products, but you can also do a case pack. So if you were going to send just one whole case of whatever, you would choose case. And then do you want it to be FBA, which is what I'm doing. I'm sending my items to Amazon for them to fulfill. Or you can do merchant fulfilled. Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to do FBA. And then your workflow type is private, or you can do live. And so the difference is a private working flow means you enter in all your stuff. And then at the end, Inventory Lab will send the list to Amazon. Like this all happens like within seconds. We'll send the list to Amazon and then Amazon will come back and say, send all your items to these locations. Okay. So sometimes it could be 1 warehouse or it could be 3 warehouses or whatever. Most of the time I'm like between 1 and 4 warehouses for what I send. Or you can do live. And live, which I'll show you on the screen, live is pretty much Amazon saying, okay, you just entered that. This is where I want you to send it. So some people like live because as you're scanning it, you're putting it into the box to be mailed. I have never tried live because I've heard that you end up sending it most of the time to more destinations than if you did private. And I prefer the least amount of places I'm sending it. So the other thing that you can do, which I don't think it's not on this screen, but there is something called I think it's called inventory placement, and you pay like 10 or 20 cents per item that you pretty much tell Amazon, I want to send all my items to 1 warehouse. I do not want to break it up into 3 warehouses. And for me, most of my items go to 1 warehouse in Pennsylvania. And then every now and then, like if I have hazmat or oversized items, they go to the hazmat and oversized item warehouses. But occasionally I'll have to send maybe, let's say I have 200 items I'm sending in. They might say, we want you to send 12 items to Tennessee or 12 items to California. Okay. So they'll do like that, which Amazon's partner shipping rates through UPS are so low that I don't mind sending 12 items to Tennessee or 12 items to California. Because ultimately, if you were to send them all to 1 location, and it happens anyhow for the majority of my items, if I'm sending in 200 items, a good 170 of them, 75 of them are going to go to Pennsylvania. The rest will go to other locations. So if I'm going to send in 200 items, or let's say the 175 to Pennsylvania, then they're still going to take them and transfer them to other warehouses. So I would rather just get them there to California quicker and start selling and recoup some of my costs back faster than taking the time and paying to send them all to 1 warehouse. But everybody runs their business differently, so find which one works for you. So for me, I do the private, which I will just let them tell me at the end where to send everything. And then I will label all my items You can also have it where, so FBA should label my items and reject items that cannot be labeled. And FBA should label my items. However, I will label items as necessary. So you have the option of being able to just put everything into a box, send it to Amazon, and Amazon will charge you, as of today, I think it's 20 cents per item to label it for you. Okay. So some people like that because they don't want to take the time to label it. I build it into my business. I will label my items. Provide box content is on. So I do not upload a spreadsheet to Amazon. I let Inventory Lab do that for me, and they'll transfer all of the box contents to Amazon for me. Min-max preferences. So I don't capture that at all. And then mine is all small parcel delivery. It's not less than a truckload. It's not a truckload. It's just small parcel, which means just small boxes. So then you select create, and you get to this screen. So I'm actually going to now go and delete the one I just created because I'd actually already created one earlier today, but I wanted to show you what it's like. So I'm actually going to close that one and go back to the one I've been using. So make pretend we're starting off in the beginning. But I did want to show here what's nice is as you're entering information, this will pop up down below. So far I've entered 25 SKUs, which are 25 different product lines, and for a total of 56 items. And this is just your average sales rank. And I have spent $1,218.01 so far on the items that I have in this. I'm sorry, the sales volume is $1,218.01. I have paid, my buy cost was $329. And so far my profit will be $500 on what I've entered in so far. So let me just show you how you go about scanning your items. So I have a scanner right here that I use to scan my product. And so we'll take this one, for instance, is this fanciful hair color. So you take this and you'll see up in the top right hand corner that says Amazon catalog. Let me show you right here. So there is a batch and then Amazon catalog. So I am going to scan the UPC. So you don't have to scan. You can type in the product name. You can type in the UPC. Scanner just makes it so much faster. So I'm going to scan it. The UPC will pop up right in the box, and then it will say these are the items. So these are how many of this specific UPC is on Amazon right now. So you can see there's this is one bottle. This is a pack of 2, pack of 4, and a pack of 8. And on the pack of 4 and pack of 8, you can see there's no offer. So right now, nobody is offering them on Amazon. And it shows you the rank. And it also shows you the category. Because sometimes you'll see things in categories that make no sense. But you'll see them in different categories. So in this case, I only have this one bottle. And the rank is 37,000 in beauty, which is a really good rank. And there are 12 offers right now. So I'm going to select this one. But I also could click on this right here. Because sometimes you're like, well, they don't look any different on the screen. So I'll go and look at the listing itself just to make sure it's not a multi-pack. Because not everybody puts multi-pack in their title. They won't put like pack of 2, pack of 3. It'll be down here in their description area where they put it. Oh, hold on. I just realized you guys can't see my screen. I did this last time. Let me jump back over to StreamYard. I need to stop sharing for a minute. Sorry about that. I did this last time. Let me just share my entire screen with you. So when I jump to another tab, you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So as I was saying, when you click on that link, it brings you to the Amazon page. And up here in the title, sometimes they're multi-packs, but people don't put it in their title, even though it's Amazon requirement. So, but it'll be down here in their description or in the bullet points. So you just want to double check sometimes the bullet points, especially if you see 2 listings that look the same on the Inventory Lab screen over here. You just want to make sure that it is definitely a single. So in this case, because of all these multis, you know, I knew. So I'm going to select that one. And I have bought these before. So it's telling me that, hey, you currently have this matching SKU for this ASIN in your inventory. I was selling it for $12.06 last time. And do you want to replenish it? So you can either replenish it, you can ignore it, because I had one earlier that I was doing just merchant fulfilled and I had never done it FBA. So I ignored that SKU and then I just created a new one for FBA. Or you can delete the matching SKU and just create new altogether. In this case, I'm going to replenish it. And I got one bottle. And I am pretty sure I paid less for this. So let me just double check what I paid. So I went sourcing, and my mother, who is so helpful to have, removes all my price tags for me. The only problem with that is that I have to pull up the receipts to see how much I paid for something. So this was $1.49, but then I have to pay 8% sales tax. So then I got to take out my calculator anyhow to figure out what the total is that I paid. And that's $1.61. So the price had gone down. Looks like half of what it was. Last time I purchased this was in October. And now I purchased it, let's see, we'll go with yesterday. And it asked for an expiration, and I'll just leave that because there's no expiration on the bottle. And I can't remember what I said I was paying last time for. Oh, $12.06 is what I was selling for last time. The price has now gone up for FBA is $15.99. So over here, it tells you, so again, there's 12 offers. So 12 sellers are selling this product. Originally, the price was $12.06. And these, the new prices are FBM. So this product most likely is hazmat. And I am hazmat approved, but if you are not, you can sell it via FBM. So what I normally do is match the lowest FBA price. And then I use Aurora as my pricing whatever pricing thing, auto pricer. So I just set it and then let Aurora deal with it when it actually gets there if the prices change. Because down here it shows a box and it says offer owns the buy box. I didn't see. Let me go back. So right now there is no buy box, right? So this, all right. So this listing is actually suppressed. There is no buy box. So when you go over here, that's why there's no box that says offers own the buy box. There's not showing a buy box here because there is no buy box. And then it'll also show you this A says Amazon is the merchant. And right now it would be right here where it says N or over here. And there is no Amazon on this listing. So I know I don't have to worry about that. They also on this screen, oh, I probably should have mentioned on this screen, if you want a reminder, let's say this product, well, it has an expiration and you want it to send you a reminder so you can make sure that you don't still have it in stock so you can remove it. You can send, it'll send you a reminder message. Then there's this tax code. If it has a battery, if it's regulated, honestly, I just kind of leave them. I don't do those. Maybe I probably should be. And then I have it so Inventory Lab actually creates my SKU right here automatically for me. What it does is it takes the ASIN, it adds a number, which I don't know why or what it is or whatever. And then this is the store that I've sourced this at. And then this is how much I paid for it. So originally I paid the $324 and that's why it still says $324. And then your condition. So if you're listing books, video games, that kind of stuff, you would want to change your condition. But please make sure, and I've done this when I first started last year, is if you list some books and they're used, and then you go back to listing all these new items, remember to change it because it'll automatically remember what you used as a selection last time, and it will keep it as used. So make sure you change that. So if this was used, then you could put condition notes in it. Okay. So back over here, it says, so I usually choose the lowest new rate for FBA. And so it fills it in right here. So if I was to choose the $18.95, it would change it and recalculate my profit. So I'm going to go back to the $15.99. And so my profit after fees will be $8.20, which is a 500% ROI. So remember that 500%, if you are using Aurora and you set up, like up here, I have on my bookmark bar here is Aurora. If you're using Aurora for repricing, sometimes you might say, okay, yeah, I'll go all the way down to 20% profit ROI, all the way up to 100%, right? Most people want 100%. Well, in this case, it's 500%. So make sure that your setting for Aurora or whatever your repricer is taken into account, that sometimes your ROI is 500%. So then I'm going to add it to the batch, and it will automatically pop up this screen right here, which is my label. And so I'll just right click print and my label writer 450, and I'll say print, and out will pop a label. Okay. All right. So then I take this label and I place it over the UPC of the product I'm sending in. And sometimes on Inventory Lab, it'll tell you whether or not you need to polybag an item or if you can send it in as is. So in this case, it did not tell me I needed to polybag, but since it is a liquid, I actually go ahead and polybag it anyhow. And then I would, I have these clear stickers. Let me see. My sheet is pretty low, but see how they're like these round clear stickers? So I will take these on products that are not already sealed. I have to bend to make sure I'm actually peeling a seal. Come on. Wow. Okay. So I'll take this seal and I'll put it at the top. I know that there's ones that are specifically for sealing stuff that kind of like go over the top. I tighten it just to make sure it's tightened. I don't have any of those. Let me see. And then I have a bunch of different size of these clear poly bags. Since I put the label directly on the product, I'm going to put it in the bag. So my bag has a suffocation warning printed on it. So I will put it so they can scan the label through it. Sometimes I'll have an item where when I put it in the bag, you can't get to it. So it might be like a double layered tab or tag or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll print off 2 of those SKU labels. I'll put one on the UPC and then I'll put one on the bag. So I'll use 2 labels for one product. But I always kind of go better safe than sorry. I'd rather polybag something where if this leaks, at least it's going to catch some of the liquid in it versus just throwing it in. And now imagine if it leaked all over your stuff. Sometimes I'll even bubble wrap it before I put it in the poly bag. I didn't do it that case. So I'm going to go ahead and actually I'll list another item. I'll share with you me listing a few more. And then I'm going to show you how I complete my batch. Okay. So let me grab. So I should have had these all like within reach. So I got some of these rejuvenate things I wanted to. So I got 5 of these. Okay, so watching this video, you're also going to get a little bit of a bolo because these are at Walmart right now on clearance. Walmart is clearancing a lot of their health and beauty right now. Some of their prices are still really, really too high though. So I usually will turn these all upside down so I can see the expiration date because you need to make sure that you're putting in the correct expiration date. And sometimes you'll get them and they actually have more than one expiration date. Not per product, but like I'll have 5 products and I could have 3 different expiration dates. So these I know I paid $19 for. They were expensive. But as you can see, they're selling for a high dollar amount. I got these at Walmart. So you can type in wherever you got these, you can type it in and then add it. In this case, I've already had Walmart in there, so it said Walmart. And then expiration date. This one is February. Oh, it was 21. I could have kept it at that. And this is February 24th. If it does not have an expiration date, you hit this little disable button here and it will turn it off. And then you hit that to turn it back on. So since I just did that, now we got to go back and get it. So, and then everything auto calculates for me down below here. So I only really look at this screen right here because I don't go and do anything with the other one. So just this screen. So brand new is $39.36 right now. So you can see up here that originally when this was set up, it was for $49.99. If I don't know how to price something or there's no current sellers, a lot of times I'll just go with this original price, or I'll look at the Keepa graph and see what it was selling for when it was last in stock. And or sometimes I'll just go like, you know what, $49.99 is good. I'm going to start with $49.99. And then maybe that $39.36 will sell out before my product hits the warehouse. And I'll get the buy box at $49.99 because that's what everybody else is kind of sitting at. So I'm going to price mine at $49.99. The rank is 278,000, and which isn't too bad. So I got 5 of these boxes. I'm going to add it to the batch. You didn't see, but that pop-up window came up with the for the label. So I just printed the label. And I'm just going to stop that for a minute. So now I'm going to take this label and my UPCs on the bottom. So this item, I do not need to poly bag. I don't need to do anything with it. My wonderful, oh, I found a price tag. I said my wonderful mother already took off the prices. This is one we must have missed. So you can see even paying $19 for this box, there's still a good profit to be made. No UPC. You know, you can open up this right here pretty easy. So I think I'm going to put a sticker on all of these. Yeah, so now it has a sticker so it looks like it's sealed. So that's good. Take the one I just threw over here. Yeah. That kind of just builds customer, like, oh, what's the word I'm thinking of? Confidence. Customer confidence. That they're buying a product from you. So, all right. I'm going to finish up these and then I will show you something else. All right. I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm going to show you another product that you can do. It's these Natural Care. They're Flea-and-Tick Drops. So they were, it says $11 on here, but I actually paid $7. So I gotta pull off this sticker. My mother missed some because we threw some in the back before she started peeling them off in the back of my car. So some of them I have to do. And I left my Scotty peeler in my car. Okay, so I'm going to scan this one. And I paid $7. I have 2 of these. And they were $7. And thanks to my wonderful, sorry, I clicked on that back side. To my wonderful reseller card I have from Walmart, I don't have to pay taxes on it, which is wonderful. And then the expiration date, it doesn't show one on here, but I know they're going to ask for one. It does have like a lot number. So next year should be good. And right now, these are only for sale via FBM. There are no FBA sellers. So even if I matched FBM, which used to be that FBA would get a higher price, but I've been pricing mine just a little bit higher than FBM, and I've been getting a price alert on eBay. So I'm going to still go ahead and do a couple dollars and we'll see if we get a price alert and I have to drop the price. So actually I'm going to check this and see if that $17.49 includes shipping. So there is no buy box. Oh, you can't see. I'm sorry. You can't see on this, but it does not. It says free shipping. So no free shipping on that 17. So I'm going to match the 17. So I'll make 76%. I'm okay with that. And there's 2 items, so I'm going to print 2 labels. Out pops my Dymo printer. And just so those of you who care to know, these are made in the USA. Right? How great is that? We don't see that anymore. And there's a wonderful price tag sticker still on this one. So let me peel this off. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scan the rest of my items. And then I'm going to come back and show you what steps I take next on completing my shipment. But in the meantime, I'm going to go live on a working shipment. So this is going to be pre-recorded. I'm going to do some editing. And but if you are curious of what else I did, go watch my live working hangout. That is on June, in case you're watching this later. I don't even know what today's date is. I was just looking at it online, June 25th. And I'll have a working hangout on there. And you can see me scan the other items, as well as if you're looking for bolos, you'll see what I've been picking up. So, alrighty, I'll see you guys later. All right, so now I've got all of the items for this shipment entered in. So if you look at the bottom, I have 41 different types of products. 111 total items is going in, with the estimated of $2,200. If all of these items sell, it'll be $2,200. My buy cost was $623, and my profit for this shipment will be $881. Now that does not include the large amount of items I decided to list FBM that I got from this sourcing trip, as well as some items for eBay. So I ended just this last segment saying that I did a live broadcast on my show, on my channel. If you go and watch that from June 25th, you will see the other items that I picked up and the items that are going on eBay. All right, so what do you do next? All right, so next we need to let Amazon know that what we are going to be sending to them. So at the beginning, I talked about how you could do private or live. So when you do it live, Amazon knows automatically what you're sending. Right now, Amazon has no idea that I'm looking at sending anything because I did a private batch. So I'm going to go down here and say review batch. So these are the items that I'm sending. And then I need to click on submit. So I don't really need to review it. I know what I entered. So I'm going to submit it. Now is when, I wanted to show you something. Well, so on the screens, when you if you rewind, when I was doing something, see where it says AVP1 on the screen right now as it's talking to Amazon? That's telling me that they think I'm going to end up sending it to AVP1, which there you go. That's what I'll send most of my items to, AVP1. So I have 4 shipments in this one. So during that process, when you scan multiple items, it'll start to show you where they think Amazon's going to tell you to go. I don't know if that's like, if you were to do live, if that's kind of similar to what would happen is if you enter in 10 of something, it's going to give you 3 different destinations. Well, a lot of times it'll say those 3 destinations, but then when I get to this screen, I find that most of my items go to AVP1. A lot of times all of my items go to AVP1. So BWI4 is hazmat. So I'm assuming these are hazmat items. So, yep, this lotion and this. So what I'll do, since I haven't created, so at this point you'd have to say create to create the shipping. I have 48 hours to do it. If I feel like it's going to cost me more money, so in this case, it's going to cost $11.90 to send these 2 items. I mean, my profit is $11. Chances are it's going to cost close to that, $8, for me to send something ground through the post office. Even if I went UPS or FedEx, it's going to cost the minimum of $8 to go ground. That it's not worth me sending those 2 items. So I'm not going to send them to Amazon. So I will not create that batch. And then this one are the sneakers. I had some Batman sneakers. So 2 pairs of sneakers. My profit will be $19. So for me to send these 2 pairs of sneakers, they're kid sneakers, that chances are, where is FTW? Maybe Texas? I don't know. I'm going to look over here. I'm going to check and see where FTW warehouse for Amazon is. Yeah, so Fort Worth, that's what I thought. So Texas, for 2 pairs of sneakers to Texas, I'm thinking they might end up hitting priority. So I could do a priority mail flat rate, which would be like $8, 7 something. So I'd still make a profit. So I'll probably go ahead and create that one. And then this one is $6. Yeah, so I mean, this one I'm sending to HOU, which must be, I'm assuming, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. No, but my profit on this batch is $54. So that's more than enough to cover the shipping. It's not hazmat. So it's something that I can go through Amazon shipping with. And even this one, these 2 pairs of sneakers, I could ship via Amazon. It's just whether or not it is, I'll have to see what the price comes out to versus if I ship it myself on the post office. I'm guessing it's going to be cheaper. And then this one is going to SMF, which I have no idea where that is either. These are locations I don't normally ship to. So I will get these shipped out. And so what you do is you say create. And then it says this will immediately create your seller central shipment. So once you create a shipment, you must ship your items. Amazon frowns highly on that. So do not create it if you do not plan on shipping. So in this case, I created it. So once you create it, you come down here and you'll see where now it was 83 quantity and it shows here 83. So I click on this and I say box content information. And now I'm going to grab all these items that I have over here on the side of me, put them into a box, and then weigh and measure the box and put that into this when I transmit. So I am going to go and box up, and then we will see. Yeah, so I'm going to go and box up, and then we will see what we have left. Once we are boxed, we'll go on to the next step. Alrighty, I'll be right back. Okay, so I have all of my items I have put into my my box. So I did want to say that there's a few ways you can put things into your box. So you can click these check marks here, or you can click this one to highlight all of them. And then you can say assign to a box and then choose a box if they're all going in the same box. Or you can, as you're grabbing them, which is what I normally do, is I say, okay, I need 5 of these socks. So then I'll click this and say, and then assign to this box number 1. So if your box gets full and you need to create another box for sending in a shipment, then you click on this new right here and you say how many boxes. I do them one at a time. So I'll, change to box 2, then it'll go to box 3 each time I do it. You do that and it just changes it. So now you don't just have U001, but you'll have a U002 as an option. And then you assign your items to those boxes. So these are, things that I got going in to Amazon in this one box, and 83 items, and they all fit into one Lowe's moving box, which is the 24 by 18 by 18 large box. So when you're all done, you can then click over here where it says print shipment. I can hide that. Print shipment packing list. There's no need to put a packing list in your box. Okay. You do not need to do that for Amazon. You are going to have another thing that you're going to print to put on the outside of the box, and that's how they know that this is the box they're opening, and they already know what's in that box because Inventory Lab is going to send them a list. Okay, so I'm going to transmit updated boxes. So now this is when all right, so it was 31.14 ounces. It's a 24 by 18 by 18 box. You can skip this step or you can submit. So I'm going to submit all. And you're going to wait a few seconds or so, and something's going to pop up down here in the bottom right-hand corner. That's going to tell you, oh, I put an expiration date on that chainsaw. I forgot to remove the expiration date from the previous product. Same with the socks. That's funny. Oh, and this and that. They don't have an expiration. I guess they all expire. I guess I realized at that point. That is funny. I don't think it does any harm, but that's kind of goofy. So I'm waiting for something's going to pop up right here. In the meantime, actually, I'm going to click over here and I'm going to open up my Amazon seller. I usually do this before they, let's see. Oh, so manage FBA shipments. So now I can see my shipments. Here's like the shipment I sent last week on the 17th. I shipped 191 items, but they've only received in 60 items they've unpacked so far. So that's what I'm waiting for. So here's my 83 items. And it says I'm working it. So let's go back. I'm just going to hop back over here. Oh, okay, so I didn't put an expiration date on something. Not sure what those items are because I felt like I put expiration date on everything that needed one, but I send them in anyhow. I've never gotten anything back from Amazon saying, hey, you should have put an expiration date on something. So, so let's see, we were at, I don't know why it didn't bring over that information that I put in on the other screen. So I got to enter the information again on the box. So I'm going to just go back up here. So I'm going to do the Amazon partnered carrier, which is UPS. The discounted rates are really, really cheap. And so box contents, they were right here. It says Amazon Marketplace Web Services. That is what, whoops, right here. This is what Inventory Lab. It says that the box content is going to be provided by that, which was Inventory Lab. So I don't need to do that. I put in my information, click on calculate. So even though I'm using Inventory Lab, I still have to go over to Seller Central to do the final shipping. I agree. So $8 or $9.84 to ship a 31-pound box. I could have went up to 41 pounds for that price. I'm going to accept those charges. And then I have a thermal printer, which is the 4x6, so I keep that. And then it's asking me when is the date. So this just started recently. So I'm going to be mailing it tomorrow because it's too late. It's after 5 o'clock here. Print your box labels. So here are the box labels that get generated. So this first box right here, it shows this is the label for Amazon. This is not your shipping label. This is the label that Amazon will scan when it hits their warehouse. And this is how they'll know it's from me and the items that are in it. And then this is my shipping label. This is the one that UPS will scan. So I'm going to print both of those. I'm going to put them on my box. And so the other thing is when you put them on your box, you cannot put them down the center of your box or where it overlaps the center, the flap, because they need to be able to use their razor blade or whatever, zip that open and not cut your label. So just be sure that you keep it on the sides of the flap and not anywhere down the number. So I put one over here and one over here. All right. So that's it. That's how you do a shipment. Hold Hold on just a second. There we go. Get me back here. That's how you do a shipment through Inventory Lab. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I will see if I can answer it. And if not, I'll see if I can get an answer for you. So if you decide you want to give Inventory Labs a try, there is I think it's 30-day free trial. Go ahead and give it a shot. There is a link down below in my description. Please use that link. I would really appreciate it if you did that. I do get a little kickback from them. I don't even know what it is, but yeah, it just kind of lets them know that I am promoting their product and stuff like that, which I promote it because I love it. That is my #1 expense that I have out of everything would be Inventory Lab. Out of all of the stuff that I subscribe to, that is by far the very last thing that I would ever unsubscribe from out of everything. So that is it. So thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, subscribe down below. And then there's a little bell. If you hit that bell, you'll be notified when I post new content or when I go live, which I do go live from time to time, and it's very sporadic. But I do it every Monday at noon Eastern time. I do a lunch break Monday where we talk about a specific topic. So that is my only planned one as of right now that I do. Everything else is uploaded content or just sporadic live like I had one this afternoon while I was doing the other scanning for this video. So please, I guess that's it. I'll say please what? Please enjoy your day and follow the yellow brick road to your dreams. And when you get to the rainbow, you will realize that you had all it took to get there as you were going across the path. All right, something like that. I don't know. I keep changing my slogan as I go along. Anyway, have a good day and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.